What a beautiful view. Bonjour. Oh, pardon my French. I meant to say hello. My name is Jack Brzenk, and welcome to Between the Borough. Today, we're in French Hill to walk around, talk to some people, check out some hidden gems, and figure out what makes French Hill so special. Let's go take a look. Now, it's up for debate where the exact boundaries of French Hill are. Most people argue it starts where Lincoln and Mechanic Street meet and spreads over westward to where Lake Williams is. But for me, I kind of just like to feel it out, you know? That street over there, very French. This one here, not so much. C'est la vie.
The name itself traces back to the shoe industry. In the years following the Civil War, Marlborough's booming shoe factories drew hundreds of new residents from the French-Canadian provinces. Irish immigrants had already settled the area by 1850, but as more French-speaking families arrived and bought homes, the name French Hill stuck. By 1890, French Canadians made up the majority of both homeowners and residents there. The railroad helped fuel this growth. The Marlborough branch of the Fitchburg Railroad reached the corner of Mechanic and Lincoln Streets, moving shoes and goods in and out of the growing neighborhood.
Pizza is a hot topic here in Marlborough, with a lot of people arguing where to find the best slice. Well, a lot of people say it's right here at the gas station.
When I took over, this place was quite a bit smaller, and we had tons of problems with drugs and people loitering and fighting in the parking lot. The community has done a great job of sort of revamping this area into something that you can kind of be proud of. I would have to attribute the majority of that change to the growth in the Latino market. They're really good customers, real loyal people, and those are the ones we kind of want to embrace, which is kind of where this was inspired by. My wife is from Brazil, and the most uncomfortable experience she had when she first moved to the States was being in a gas station. And it just kind of clicked that all of these gas stations, none of them catered to Latinos. So I was like, this is a good spot for it, and we could probably do it. So that's when Karine's was open. The pizza is kind of what we're known for, but our number one item is the pastels. So when we first started doing this, it was a Thanksgiving at my wife's family. And there's 25, 30 of them, and I took a whiteboard and I just had them shout out the things that we should have in a Brazilian deli, because I was starting from scratch. The three things that they said was the pão de queijo, which is cheese bread, coxinha, which is this teardrop, it's kind of a potato shell with chicken inside, and then the pastel. And the pastel you can fill with beef or chicken or pizza or cheese. That turned out to be the hit. So as a business owner, you're as good as your staff, and I have been blessed with incredibly good people. Some have moved on, but like it has been one after the next of just people really that care about this and take pride in presenting and doing a good job. And I feel 100% comfortable that it's being run to the standard that we want.
Well, everyone knows the rules. One bite? Who am I kidding? I'm no Dave Portnoy. But I do know that this is some very good pizza, and what a great place to eat it while I fill my tank. This is Bouvier Pharmacy, a family-owned business that's been open for almost as long as this place has been called French Hill. Let's head into this piece of local history and talk to the owner, Brian Bouvier.
So we are, I think, the oldest business in town here in Marlborough. So we've been here up on French Hill since 1900. It's changed and it hasn't. So, you know, the people who grew up here, you know, will tell you, oh, it's changed. It's different than it was back when I grew up. I think every group does that. But the thing that hasn't changed, though, is it's always been kind of the newest communities that come to Marlborough settle in this area. So it's always been a vibrant kind of, you know, fabric here of whatever the newest group that comes to town is. And that's continued, you know, as the different groups, you know, from Central and South America have come into this area. But it's always had that vibrant, you know, kind of immigrant community feel up here on the hill, but it's kind of maintained that throughout. So yes, it's changed, but in ways it kind of hasn't. as pharmacies evolved throughout the city, I think originally there were probably 9 independent pharmacies here in Marlborough. We're the last one standing. And over the years, as the chains came in, insurance changed, the business had to pivot. And the reason we're still here is we've become really a healthcare destination versus just being a pharmacy. The chains will kind of engage in, you want to go and buy, frozen pizza and ice cream, you can go there. But this is more of a healthcare centric place. So the people who come here are here by referral from their doctor or here from, from a caregiver that knows that we can provide specialized care. Growing up in this business has been interesting, and I actually worked here originally with my grandfather. We would work Sunday mornings, and after church, his buddies would come up and come visit the pharmacy just like they did when they were younger. And, we used to have a payphone here, and people would come here to call their boyfriend and girlfriend because, they didn't want their parents hearing anything. So they'd come here as kind of the center. And we had the old school, ice cream, the soda fountain and all the things that were here back in the day. I don't remember that, but again, working here with my grandfather, I see, and then went on to my dad. Just watching how that evolved and how the business has had to pivot into what it is now. I still have, cousins and aunts and whatnot who do still work in the business with us. But it is, again, it's a not just the people with the Bouvier name here that create the family environment. Our employees have been here 10, 15, 20 years who stay with us because it's different. People who work in the healthcare field, they don't necessarily like the direction it's going in. They come here and their biggest comment is it feels different here.
Man, all this walking around French Hills got me feeling pretty hungry. Well, lucky for me, our next stop is Pruller, French Hills' beloved Brazilian buffet. Let's go take a look.
We've been here for 14 years now. It's been like a really, really great time. We have a lot of friends. It's a very nice place and good neighborhood. The French they call like a French Hill, right? But there's no French here anymore. But there's a lot of changes. We have like new pavement and new parking spaces, and the whole thing is like really beautiful right now. So we are a Brazilian steakhouse, a family restaurant. So we have all the things, traditional dishes from Brazil. So all the sides and all the grilled meats, like the traditional, the churrasco. The best part is the meat from the grill.
Yeah.
So go for that. If you love meat, it's the right place for you. So you have like the picanha, this is the top sirloin. We have the garlic steak, which is amazing. And my favorite is the fried chicken. So, and we also have like sausages, chicken wrapped bacon, chicken wings, all that, and the side dishes. So go attack on that. So that's like a paradise. We are open 7 days a week. From Monday to Saturday, we open from 11 until 9. Sunday, we close a little earlier, 6 p.m. We are not like a fancy place, not a lot of frills, but we have a good product, we have a good food. All that food is cooked from scratch. We start every day from 7, start cooking 7 in the morning. We don't have anything like from cans or frozen stuff. Everything is cooked fresh every day. So, and we have an open kitchen. You can see whatever we are doing here, it's right in front of you.
This right here might be the most holy place to live in all of French Hill, the St. Mary condominiums. Just like the other abandoned warehouses and shoe factories of French Hill, these have been converted into beautiful luxury apartments.
St. Mary's Catholic Church was established in 1871 to serve the growing population. Masses were spoken in French, and into the 1960s, students at St. Mary's Grammar School split their day between French and English instruction, a legacy still visible under the number of older Marlborough residents who remain fluent in French today. The Archdiocese of Boston closed St. Mary's Church and St. Anne's Church in 2004, with condos opening up inside of St. Mary's in March of 2009. The living spaces consist of 5 condos in the rectory, 10 in the church, and 11 townhouses on the property behind the church. Other housing developments in the area include the Christopher Heights of Marlborough, an assisted living facility that opened up at the site of the world-famous Fry Boot Factory in 2008, as well as additional apartments inside the former Howe Shoe Factory and old train station.
It's community, it's culture. Right now, economic development. When you really think about it, back in the day, we had the railroad, we had proximity to Route 20, we had all the shoe factories. And then on top of that, we had a grocery store that rocked. And everyone living in the neighborhood could work, shop right there on French Hill. At the end of the day, I have to admit, for me, it's also a lot of memories. My godparents lived on Cross Street, the Laportes. And I remember walking to the IGA to go shopping. And I'm saying, how wicked is this? You're shopping in your neighborhood. And it was a large store. Right now, we got the coffee shop with the lofts. Back, and I know it's closed now, but back we had that diner that was on it, that everyone raved about that. That diner was amazing. That is part of the roots of the French Hill neighborhood, kind of thinking out the box kind of thing, and really working towards what the residents want. I mean, even up here as well with the park, all these years getting this park going. That economic component really drove that economic boom for the city, also for Massachusetts, and for the residents that migrated into Marlborough. As I speak right now, we are continuing that economic development, and I'm very proud of it, and very proud to represent the residents and family members of French Hill.
And here we are at our last stop of the day, the Prospector, which many locals refer to as French Hill's only true dive bar. Let's head in and talk to the owner, Marlborough legend, Bob Case.
Well, it's been interesting, to say the least. I got here in 74, which is 51 years ago. The people that were on French Hill, there was about 7 bars in a 3-block area. They said I wouldn't last 6 months. So I'm the last bar in the 3-block area. It's a good thing, but it's also not a good thing. Because you need competition and you need some other places for the people that you kick out of the bars. They get a little rambunctious and you have to ask them to leave, and then they don't have any place else to go. I had the Shamrocks here for 27 years, and they absolutely helped me out. Because at one time, this is a biker bar, and I didn't want that element. I wanted people to come here and enjoy and eat lunch, and the Shamrocks took care of them. So it's a fun bar. It's changed a lot. I have an 8-ounce burger. I've used the same company for 51 years. Plus, I have that grill there. This grill has been here for about 25 years. So that's the flavor, the charcoal's underneath. Also, we have steak tips, steak and cheese, chicken and cheese, and tuna and whatnot. But it's a limited menu, but it works for me, because I'm not a restaurant. I just the people that come here can enjoy a burger if they come between 11 and 2. After that, good luck.
There's nothing better than kicking back after a long day and grabbing a drink. Well, not for me. I'm not old enough. But anyways, thank you so much for joining us for this adventure around French Hill. I hope you learned just as much as I did. My name is Jack Brzenk, and I'll see you between the Borough. And what a great place to eat it while I fill my tank. This is Stevens Park, home to Marlborough's finest splash pads. This is Bouvier Pharmacy, a family-owned business. That was dumb. Well, not for me. I'm not old enough. But anyways, thank you so much for enjoying.
So that's like a paradise.